Let's have a quick conversation about the best web hosting services. So, if you're interested in this topic, I want you to really pay attention to this review right now. Number 10, we have a Hostinger web hosting. Our score 8.3 over 10. So, when you think about Hostinger, I want you to think about a tool that's really great for customized server packages. And it is a versatile web host that combines excellent uptime, great customer service, and a mix of traditional and cloud based hosting. And the company's services are fairly customizable too, so we love that a lot. So this actually lets you create private video game servers for CS:GO or Minecraft, for instance. So Hostinger is really for us. It's great for gamers who want to create their own private servers. Of course, Hostinger serves non-gamers too, and the web host constantly adds features to its excellent hosting options or improves accessibility to make those options a lot better to use. So this is just fantastic. What are the pros and cons here? So pros: high quality, low cost plans, helpful customer service, terrific uptime in testing, optional Minecraft servers, and you have the ability to have Hostinger website builder also. Fantastic. What about the cons here? You don't have a dedicated web hosting process. Not every plan has a Windows option. No phone support. Based sharing the hosting plan offers just one email account. In terms of specs, you have shared hosting, VPS hosting, and dedicated hosting. Number 9, you have a WP Engine web hosting, our score 8.4 over 10. This is great for WordPress hosting, and so this is kind of cool. You have this provider that delivers valuable and powerful WordPress hosting options alongside other great plans, cloud-based platform flexibility, and you have reliable service too. So service reliability is really key here. So for managed WordPress hosting, WP Engine is a strong contender that offers plenty of power. So if you're thinking of building a WordPress powered site, keep WP Engine on your radar. And this web host covers most of your WordPress related bases, provided you don't mind turning to third parties for domain registration and emails. What are the pros and cons here? Pros: terrific uptime in testing, outstanding customer service, daily backups, real-time threat detection. So the threat detection is really cool. You have a useful staging area, choice of either Amazon Web Services or GCP, Google Cloud Platform, cloud hosting, custom plans available also. What about the cons? Email is not included with hosting plans, and they don't sell domains. The specs: shared hosting, VPS hosting, and dedicated hosting. By the way, boss, welcome back to the show. It's really a pleasure to have you here. Make yourself comfortable. You are going to enjoy today's conversation. Number 8, you have HostWinds web hosting. So our score 8.7 over 10. This is great for a reseller and VPS hosting. So shared hosting is a great starting point, but as your traffic and demands grow, so will your hosting needs, and VPS is the next step up, and HostWinds handles VPS hosting extremely well. So this versatile web host also has a strong reseller hosting plans for people who want to open their own hosting businesses. This is great. So HostWinds is an appealing hosting choice for a wide range of clients, from mom and pop shops to big business, as its services are attractively priced and fairly robust. And what are the pros and cons here? Pros: terrific uptime in testing, excellent reseller and VPS hosting plans, great customer service, and they have Minecraft server hosting capability also. This is just great. What about the cons? Not every plan has a Windows server option, and you have short money back guarantee window. So, but it is still worth it though. Number 7, we have here Liquid web hosting, our score 9 over 10. So Liquid Web has a great range of cloud dedicated VPS, WordPress, and reseller server packages, and it lacks a low-cost shared hosting tier, making this web store more appealing to larger enterprises instead of smaller ones, smaller businesses. So despite that limitation, you can expect white glove treatment with the Liquid Web's packages, so your web hosting needs will be handled with exceptional care and attention. So this is actually for, again, as I said, big business. Okay, they give you all kinds of capabilities, and so that's great. What are the pros and cons here? Pros: robust dedicated VPS cloud and reseller packages, pro-rated VPS plans, powerful high-end server specs, terrific customer service, excellent uptime in testing. It's just fantastic. What about the cons here? Well, this provider lacks shared hosting plans. It's kind of expensive and they don't have a lot of refund options. So in terms of specs, you have a shared hosting, VPS hosting, and dedicated hosting. By the way, boss, I want to quickly remind you of today's topic. We are having a conversation about the best web hosting services at the moment. Number 6, we have AccuWeb Hosting, our score, 9.1 over 10. This is great for dedicated hosting. So fantastic web hosting plans and helpful customer service aptly describe AccuWeb services. However, the company's excellent dedicated hosting plans make it stand out in a crowded field. In fact, its dedicated packages are so robust that they actually earn our kudos for reliability. And what's more, AccuWeb has Windows as server options alongside the common Linux OS, so you have another potential foundation for your website. That's just fantastic. So AccuWeb is really for companies seeking high-powered dedicated hosting. Dedicated plans cost more money than shared VPS, WordPress, or cloud options, but the steeper price tag comes with storage and data transfer privileges that are second to none in our view. So if you are on the hunt for enterprise level business hosting, AccuWeb will serve your company pretty well. What are the pros and cons here? Pros: great budget-friendly shared hosting options, excellent dedicated hosting plans. You have a service that offers a choice of Linux or Windows servers, and you have a helpful customer service. What about the cons? Well, limited email accounts with some plans. Number 5, you have A2 Web Hosting, our score, 9.2 over 10. So when you think about A2 Web Hosting, I want you to think about a tool that's great for stellar customer service. And so when shopping for web hosting, a strong foundation makes a great impression, right? Great first impression. And A2 Hosting offers just that with robust hosting packages, excellent uptime, and superb WordPress plans for which really we think that they are continually getting our kudos. In addition, the company has an incredibly helpful customer service team that quickly addresses your problems or questions. So this is really for a WordPress. If you have a WordPress in mind and you don't mind utilizing a Linux-based server, A2 is a host you should actually scope out first. Its plans include highly optimized environments specifically designed for WordPress, plus managed options that deliver 24-hour support and supervision. What are the pros and cons here? Pros first: robust hosting packages, particularly WordPress, excellent customer service, terrific uptime, good money-back guarantee. What about the cons? They don't have a Windows server options. They don't have a couple of them, and they're relatively expensive. And in terms of specs, you have shared hosting, VPS hosting, and dedicated hosting. Number 4, you have DreamHost Web Hosting, our score, 9.4 over 10. So DreamHost is kind of cool for cloud hosting. And so when it comes to delivering dependable Linux-powered servers, DreamHost ranks as one of the best services that we have tested. The company offers valuable website building tools as well as excellently priced hosting plans for all your needs. So this is kind of cool. So we're speaking here about what we're talking about: a constellation of hosting plans, including shared, VPS, and WordPress specific servers. This is really good. And DreamHost, the cloud-based servers, are also extremely affordable and flexible. And this is really cool. Now, this is for, DreamHost has an easy to use set of tools. So it's a great host if you're new to building websites. It also has a fantastic cloud-based hosting with highly competitive rates and a feature-packed toolset that includes site building software and unlimited data transfers across the board. The thing is that when you think about DreamHost, I want you to think about flexibility. You have the ability to adapt their services to your particular operation, and you can do so in a scalable manner. So you are constantly saving money. So that makes your ROI in the end pretty positive. Okay. So what are the pros and cons of DreamHost here? Pros: you have strong security features. You have extensive domain management tools, excellent cloud hosting offerings. You have unlimited data transfers per month, generous shared hosting money back guarantee, you have a useful WordPress staging feature. So this is kind of cool in terms of giving you the flexibility that you really need to have in the first place. So what about the cons here? Well, the shared starter plans lacks email, no telephone support. So if you like telephone support, you're not having that through DreamHost, and they do lack Windows-based servers. Number 3, you have InMotion web hosting. Our score 9.5 over 10, and this is a top-tier web hosting provider that basically delivers a reasonably priced shared, dedicated VPS and cloud hosting plans. So whether you need WordPress specific plans or reselling options, InMotion has a well-rounded feature set that appeals to nearly every web hosting need. So this is the web host that you should check out when comparing features. As the company casts a wide hosting net, the big exception here is Windows servers, as InMotion uses Linux-based servers to host websites. And they also offer an excellent 90-day, think about it, 90-day money-back guarantee for shared hosting plans, which gives you, when you really think about it, plenty of time to kick the tires. So what are the pros and cons here? Pros, you have excellent uptime, many hosting types. All plans offer unlimited email, unlimited data transfers with all shared and WordPress plans. You have a lengthy money-back guarantee. Think about it, 90 days, 3 months, and you have an easy-to-use web building software tool. What about the cons? Well, they do lack Windows servers, and not all plans have month-to-month payment options. By the way, boss, I want to quickly remind you of today's topic. We are having a conversation about the best web hosting services. Number 2, you have Bluehost web hosting. Our score 9.8 over 10. So Bluehost is kind of cool for building WordPress sites, and they strike a balance between pricing and features, offering services that appeal to hobbyists and business professionals. You have great uptime, WordPress enhancing tools, you have e-commerce add-ons, and overall flexibility. In our view, make Bluehost a web host you can count on for a rock-solid website. And its website builder delivers drag-and-drop simplicity as well, making it all the more appealing in our view. So the thing is that when you really think about it, you have to understand that a massive portion of the internet is powered by WordPress, more than 40 to 45%. So there's a great chance that you may go that route too. Fortunately, Bluehost excels at the WordPress hosting, offering plans that let you build nearly every website you wish. Plus, Bluehost has custom tools that make building a WordPress site an even easier affair. What are the pros and cons here? Pros first: dependable uptime and testing, excellent WordPress hosting plans, useful WordPress site building software, terrific customer service, easy to use interface, free site migration, fantastic. What about the cons? The service lacks a cloud hosting, no monthly shared hosting plans, and it also lacks Windows-based servers. In terms of specs, you are speaking about shared hosting, VPS hosting, and dedicated hosting. Number 1, the best of the best in our view here, we have a HostGator web hosting. Our score 9.9 over 10. And so when you think about HostGator, I want you to think about a fantastic web hosting service with a varied selection, including feature-rich WordPress, VPS, dedicated and cloud server packages. It also includes useful tools such as the terrific web.com website builder. And so this is kind of cool. And in a nice touch, HostGator lets you select a Windows-based server, something not offered by every web hosting service. So this is kind of cool in terms of flexibility, okay? Now let's quickly talk about the pros and cons of HostGator. Pros first: numerous feature-rich hosting plans, excellent shared hosting offerings, is great for novice webmasters, useful site building software and e-commerce tools, helpful 24/7 customer service, and outstanding uptime. It's just fantastic. What about the cons here? Not all plans have a Windows server option, and some annual plans cost more than paying month by month. So this is kind of interesting to think about. In terms of the specs, you have shared hosting, VPS hosting, you have dedicated hosting as well. So this is kind of interesting to think about. If you're still around, I want to give you a bonus. And so the bonus is really that when you think about web hosting, I want you to think about Ionos web hosting, for instance, our score 8/10. This is best for a large scale cloud hosting. And so when it comes to scale, Ionos by one is a powerhouse. The web host has the many well-rounded packages, including shared VPS, WordPress, and dedicated servers. However, its cloud hosting plans are particularly feature-rich offerings, making Ionos an editor's choice when it comes to this category, in our view. And so it's really for enterprises looking to open up shop online. And Ionos cloud-based services are reliable and powerful in our view, and lets you easily scale servers and server specs as your company grows. So in terms of scalability, you are well served here. What we love about Ionos is that they have servers, they have data centers across the globe. The company itself is based in Germany, and they were founded more than 30 years ago. But they have data centers and servers across the globe in the U.S., in North America and Asia, and also in Europe, of course, in Germany. But what I want to say is that we love the fact that this web host has dependable uptime and testing. You have excellent cloud hosting packages, Linux or Windows-based servers, and they have easy to use website creation tools. I mean, they usually have the drag and drop sort of feature, so it's pretty easy. So no code web design, fantastic. What about the cons here? I mean, I just gave you the pros, by the way. So what about the cons? This player actually lacks reseller hosting plans, and it has a relatively sparse email option. So you have the ability to see what really works and what doesn't work. And what we love about Ionos is that they're constantly upgrading their services all the time. That's just fantastic. Before we close to this conversation, let me give you the overview you need to really pay attention to. So what is really included with a web hosting service? So first of all, when we talk about web hosting actually, I want to talk about several types of web hosting, but web hosting in general is that web hosting services offer varying amounts of monthly data transfers, storage, email, and other features. And so even how you pay month-to-month payments versus annual payments can be radically different too. So taking the time to plot exactly what your company needs for online success is essential. And many of the companies that I just shared with you today, they actually will also offer reseller hosting services. So this is kind of cool in terms of scaling your business. And so you are able to go in business for yourself, offering hosting to your own customers without requiring you to spin up your own servers. So what is shared hosting? Shared web hosting is actually web hosting in which the provider houses multiple sites on a single server. For example, Site A shares the same server with Site B, Site C, Site D, and Site E. And so the upside here is that the multiple sites share the server cost. So shared web hosting is generally very inexpensive. It's cheap web hosting. Think about it. In fact, you can find an option for less than $10 per month. What is VPS hosting? Well, VPS hosting is similar to shared hosting in that multiple sites share the same server, but the similarities end there. In housing terms, VPS hosting is like renting your own apartment in a larger building. So you are much more isolated than in the roommate situation mentioned earlier. It's still possible that a neighboring apartment could cause annoyance for you, but far less likely. So what is dedicated web hosting? Well, dedicated web hosting, on the other hand, is both powerful and pricey. It is reserved for sites that require an incredible amount of server resources. And unlike shared or VPS hosting, dedicated hosting makes your website the lone tenant on a server. To extend the housing metaphor that I'm just starting a few minutes ago, having a dedicated server is like owning your own home. That means that your website taps the server's full power and pays for the privilege. So if you are looking for a high-powered site, an online mention for your business, dedicated hosting is the way to go. And what is WordPress hosting? Well, this is for people who want to build their sites on the back of the popular WordPress content management system. And you also want to look for small business friendly features. This is really so important. And you also want to have things like domains, for instance. Okay, things like email hosting. You want to have you want to have e-commerce. So you want to have all kinds of capabilities just to make sure that you are on the right side. Before we close to this conversation, I want to show you the approach that we actually follow when it comes to website hosting. I want you to take a look right now and you have a clear idea about the type of criteria that we actually pay attention to when we actually evaluated the website hosting. Please take a look right now. All right, let's quickly recap here. So number one, we have HostGator web hosting 9.9 over 10. Number two, Bluehost web hosting, our score 9.8 over 10. Number three, InMotion web hosting, our score 9.5 over 10. Number four, we have DreamHost web hosting, our score 9.4 over 10. Number five, we have A2 web hosting, our score 9.2 over 10. Number six, we have AccuWeb hosting, our score 9.1 over 10. Number seven, we have Liquid Web hosting, our score 9 over 10. Number eight, we have HostWinds web hosting 8.7 over 10. Number nine, we have a WP Engine web hosting, our score 8.4 over 10. And number 10, we have Hostinger web hosting, our score 8.3 over 10. Thank you so much. God bless you. By the way, we have the bonus. In the bonus category, we have Ionis web hosting, our score 8 over 10. Thank you so much. God bless you. I'll see you next time. Until then, remember, stay marvelous.